Oh, I can't see anything, sorry. My name is Steve Gomez. I'm the father of three from Gilbert. Work in the telecommunications industry. First off, I have to thank Speaker Emerita Pelosi. That story that she told about the baby that was born with a heart condition and the $2 million in care, that was mine. So our journey's been a long one. My wife and I are self-employed, and we've been on the ACA for the past 5 years. That's how we've gotten our health care. During that time, we have seen our premiums go up. Everything goes up in price. Obviously, you know who can't help that, right? But the way that they've gone up recently and the way that they will continue to go up with the way that the Republicans, with everything that's happening with this bill that has been passed and the reduction of the subsidies and tax credits, it's just, we can't even imagine what's going to happen, how bad this is going to be. I'm not trying to be boastful, but I'm proud of my house. We have lived in a beautiful 2,800 square foot house in Gilbert, Arizona. Pool, it's beautiful. We love it. I love our house. Worked hard for it. My healthcare premiums are $677, more than my mortgage every month. We've taken and utilized the ACA subsidies in the past, as have millions of families, and families like ours, like many others, need these programs in order to keep their children healthy and in school, to keep parents healthy, working, and providing for their families, to keep the economy and their systems going. But if these subsidies expire, it's going to be catastrophic for millions. Families are going to have to choose between health care and other necessities, rent, utilities, groceries, etc. Yet the Republicans have chosen billionaires and corporations over their constituents, as evident by the fact that all the Republican congressmen and congresswomen have flown the coop. The little boy that Ms. Pelosi mentioned, my son Anthony, he required and received a heart transplant at 6 weeks old. Since then, obviously, you have to provide care for his heart, but we've had a number of other specialties, including neurology. As a matter of fact, as I'm here, heavy-heartedly, he's at the Phoenix Children's Hospital right now for seizures that he was admitted about half an hour ago. We have been told we utilize a higher premium, higher deductible plan through the ACA. We've been told by a number of people, well, go to a lower tier plan, spend less on your health care, or, don't cover Anthony because he is covered by Medicaid, another program that's taking a massive hit thanks to the big BS bill. But we don't do that. Like so many others, we are not looking for a handout. We're looking to provide and looking to do our fair share, unlike all these damn billionaires. We choose our plan based on the fact that Anthony's doctors are covered. Anthony's doctors are in network so that we can get the coverage for him and we can pay for it as much as we can. Do we offload some of that on Medicaid? Yes, as a secondary, we do that, and it's taken a lot to do that. But we are trying to, again, pay our fair share. Medicaid being under attack is another thing that we are so angrily afraid of. The cuts and the effects of these programs, and the fact that it's going to have so many impacts on children and families across the state of Arizona and across the entire country are just so frightening. We have a number of people and families in our community that also utilize Medicaid to get services, whether it is straight medical service, whether it's therapeutic services, physical therapy, speech therapy, all of that, and everybody is afraid at the letters that they've been receiving from the Mercy Care Access branch of Medicaid, the Department of Developmental Disabilities in Arizona, as to their services being taken away or being reduced. It's a real-life nightmare that people in Arizona and people across the country are facing. We have to remember that for the first 4 years of him being in office, we heard about how he and all of his lackeys and cronies were going to replace the ACA with something bigger, better, and cheaper for the American family. Of course, that amounted to the same thing that most of his statements amount to, and that's just a bunch of hot air. Now, thanks to the big BS bill, he and his lackeys have passed and the fact that they will not pass any health care extensions of the subsidies in this budgetary exercise. They're going to strip away health care from millions of families across the country. But of course, they're giving it to, they're doing it to give tax cuts to those who need it the most. Bezos, Musk, and the rest of the billionaires, right? Being frank, I don't know how to say this without sounding curt. I feel the shutdown almost might be a good thing. It is time for us as the people and the Democrats to hold the Republicans accountable. The shutdown is a result of them choosing their billionaires over the middle class and over their constituents. They always speak about wanting to speak about, well, we'll talk about it in December, it'll be a clean bill then. But kicking the can down the road is nothing, it's going to put healthcare interests in a corner again, back us into a corner, and put their interests at heart. Give them the advantage, and that's not fair. They've known about the cost of this bill. It's been publicized. It was publicized months before it passed. They've known about it, and they know that the detriment it was going to do, the damage it was going to do to the health care for the American people, and they've chosen their side in this argument. They've chosen where their interests lie. I feel horrible for the cafeteria workers that were mentioned, for security guards, for all these people that are, park rangers that are going to be furloughed over the next few months. Hopefully not that long, a few days, weeks, hopefully. But if that happens, it needs to be placed squarely on the shoulders of the Republican Party and their dear leader. I can't even speak his name. It has to be placed on them. They need to own it, and the Democrats need to send the messaging to make sure that they know that this was their choosing. It was nobody was forced into anything. It was their choice. With that, I want to introduce Ms. Laura Packard, another great advocate. Thank you.
Thank you.